Well, right now we are in the kitchen with Troy Mendoza from Mandina's of Spanish Fort. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. So, I mean, we already have quite the spread of food here, but I am excited about what you're cooking for today.
All right, so today we're doing one of our house specials. It's a shrimp Mandina. It is what we call it, it's a blackened Alfredo pasta. So a lot of customers, they get a little bit confused and think it's more of a blackened shrimp pasta. The shrimp themselves aren't actually blackened. It's the Alfredo sauce that's blackened in this.
Oh, sounds good. And does it have a little bit of a kick to it?
Just a touch, but I mean, all depending on your liking. You could add a little bit more season and make it a little bit spicier. So
perfect.
Ready to get started?
Ready to get started.
All right, so right here we got a skillet that we preheated with some oil. I'm just going to add some shrimp here. It's right about a half a pound of shrimp. And with that, this is our house-made blackening seasoning. We'll add a little bit to that and just give it a little bit of a toss. And at this point, what we're going to do is just get our shrimp cooked about 75% of the way, and then we'll add our our and start making an Alfredo sauce.
Alfredo sauce, perfect.
Yeah.
And so while you're getting those shrimp cooking, for maybe someone that's not familiar with Mandina's, where are you located?
So we're located in Spanish Fort, right in front of the Bass Pro Shop up on the hill. So if you're at Bass Pro Shop and you turn your back towards Bass Pro and look up, you'll see the big bright Mandina sign on the back of the building.
There you go, right up there. And what are your hours for your location as well?
Our hours are Monday through Saturday. We're open 11 to 9, and on Sundays we're open 11 to 8.
There you go, perfect. So you got some nice hours there just for some lunch or some dinner. And when folks come here, what kind of food can they expect?
So traditionally our menu is a lot of Italian. We have some old school family recipes that have been around for 75 plus years, but we also added in some Cajun flair with some Louisiana dishes. And we also have a lot of a large lunch menu. We have daily lunch specials, and we do brunch on the weekends on Sunday.
Well, that sounds absolutely delicious. So many different options to choose from. I mean, I'm just looking at everything up here. I see the red beans and rice. I see a fish dish. So what all do you have up here?
So over here we have two of our more popular appetizers. We have a crawfish and spinach and artichoke dip with fried bow tie pasta. Here in the middle we have our buffalo wings served with a little ranch dressing and celery sticks. Here, this is our catfish Creole. Now you can also get that in the trout Creole. It's 2 fillets of catfish grilled and topped with our shrimp Creole sauce. And then your red beans and rice with smoked sausage and a fried pork chop with french fries.
That sounds delicious. So many different options there too. You have a little bit of the Southern, the Cajun, and then also the Italian mixed in.
Yeah.
I love to see it. Well, coming up in just a little bit, Joe's going to come back and join you here. What are you going to be working on next?
So next we're about to add our cream in. Like I said, get our Alfredo started, and then we'll just toss in our cheeses and some green onions and finish the dish up.
Oh, well, awesome. We'll have all of that coming back up soon with Joe.
Welcome back into our Studio 10 kitchen. We are cooking with Troy today from Mandina's of Spanish Fort. Troy, always good to see you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Seen a lot more of you lately. Saw you about a month or so ago when I went to Mandina's. Then they were cooking here. Now we're cooking again. And hey, I'm all for it. The more Mandinas in my life, the better. Troy, what you working on there? That looks and smells so good.
All right, so when we left, we were sauteing off our shrimp. In the break, I added our heavy cream. We brought it up to a nice rapid boil here. We reduced it by about 1/3. So at this point, we're going to add in a little bit of green onions.
All right. So what did you have in there before you added the heavy cream? What's all in that so far?
So before that, we just had a little preheated oil. We added about a half a pound of shrimp, and then our house-made blackening seasoning, and that was it.
No garlic or anything?
No, sir. It's actually a really simple dish that provides a lot of flavor.
Yeah, when you can keep those Alfredo-like sauces simple, a lot of times they turn out a lot better than if you're putting a lot of different stuff in there because you let the flavor profile shine through that way. That is so great, man. So, hey, while you're working on that, I also see you brought a couple wines out there. Tell us a little bit about the wine selection, the bar selection when you go to Mandina's.
Well, at our bar, we do have a large wine selection. We have all different price ranges from $5, $6 a glass on up. We do serve them also by the bottle. We have quite a few different beers on tap and beers in a bottle, and we do have some craft cocktails also available. So it makes it for a great place to come and watch the game, have some wings, and just kick back, drink a glass of wine, and enjoy yourself.
Well, I wanted to mention that if you missed our last segment last time, I was talking about your wings are some of the best on the Gulf Coast, truly. You wouldn't maybe think of a Creole Italian restaurant is having the best wings out there, but they are phenomenal. So if you're watching those Saturday college games, those Sunday NFL games, you can come and sit at the bar and have some great wings. They are so good. How do you guys make these wings so special?
Well, we season them up with our own special blend, and then we fry them in just a regular batter that we also season. But it's the sauce itself that we make from scratch in-house. It's just a nice little combination of hot sauce, tobacco sauce, honey, a little bit of vinegar, and sugar.
And you correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have a ton of variety. You're not a wing place by nature, so you don't have a ton of variety, but the one you do have is an absolute specialty.
Yes, sir.
A masterpiece, a work of art. So if you want the Mandina's style wings, you can only get them at Mandina's. All right, so we're cooking here. In our next segment, what are we going to do to finish this all up here,
So
Troy?
in our next segment, we'll add our cheese just to bring that sauce thickened up a little bit, and then we'll toss in our pasta, and we're ready to serve.
All right, this sounds so good, y'all. Oh, wait, tell us your location, too, before we go.
Our location, we're at 25,000 Bass Pro Drive. We're right in front of the Bass Pro Shop up on the hill, straight across from the fort.
So kind of tucked behind there if you're looking for it. So you got to go through that Bass Pro Shop drive to make your way back there, and you will not be disappointed at all. Such good food. This is bubbling and sizzling and smelling away here, Jen. I'm looking forward to it.
I was going to say, it sounds delicious. And, you know, it sounds even better to have some nice, more Italian-style food on a rainy day. That's something that you always crave, more of that comfort food. And, well, today is a rainy day, so it's a perfect day for it.
Time to finish things up with Troy in the kitchen from Mandina's the Spanish Fort. Troy, thanks for coming back.
Well, thank you for having me.
Good to see you as always, man. Look at this spread you brought. You brought wines, you brought 5 different dishes, and you're cooking up. Tell us what you're cooking here on the show today.
So this is shrimp Mandina, our house special. So we've already got our shrimp cooked and our sauce made for the most part. We're just going to add in a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese.
The best.
There's no Alfredo without it.
Parmesan is my favorite of all the cheeses.
And then once we get that cheese incorporated, we're just going to toss in. I had pre-cooked some penne pasta already. Going to throw that on in there and just let that pasta heat up in the sauce.
So tell me a little bit about that process, because I think a lot of home cooks cook the pasta separately, then they put it down and they put the sauce on top. But I see a lot of you culinary experts mix in the pasta with the sauce. So what's the difference between the two thought processes?
It just allows that sauce to get up into that pasta, into the cavities of that penne, and it absorbs some of that flavor and just adds a whole nother level to the dish.
Do you do anything? Do you add olive oil or anything to the pasta or butter? Or?
Just a touch of olive oil after it's cooked, just to keep it from sticking together.
Just to keep it from sticking together. All right, well, this is looking fantastic. This is one of the dishes you can get at Mandina's. We talked about the 5 you have out there. What do you say are some of your most popular dishes at the old Mandina's?
By far, our most popular dishes, it always comes back to the spaghetti and meatballs and lasagna.
Just classic.
Week in, week out, it's our top sellers of the bunch. After that, we do sell quite a bit of our po' boys, our fried seafood, roast beef New Orleans style. We have a muffalata po' boy that customers seem to love. And then after that, I would have to probably go with our veal marsala.
Oh, that is a fantastic dish too. And are you lunch and dinner only, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What can you tell the folks about that?
We have lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. On Sundays, we have brunch and dinner. So we have a little bit of everything every day of the week for you.
Yeah, go ahead and plate that up there. While you're plating it, what's on your brunch menu?
So on our brunch menu, you can come in. We have a brunch platter, which consists of 2 eggs cooked any style that you like, served with a biscuit, grits, potatoes, and your choice of a side, bacon, sausage, or ham. We also have 3 different style Benedicts. We have a traditional Benedict, we have a steak Benedict, and a Florentine Benedict, and then barbecue shrimp and grits.
Man, that all sounds fantastic.
So we plated it here. I'm just going to top it off with a little shredded parm.
Uh-huh.
And then give it some more green onions just for that little pop of color on top.
Little pop of color on top. There it is. I'm going to let this chill just like this for a second, and then I'm going to let everyone publicly know my plan. A lot of times people come and they steal our Studio 10 food, but now that we have our new format, Jen, I don't have time to eat it. So I'm going to get one of these things.
You have the little to-go boxes down there.
And I'm going to put
There
this
you go.
in here so I can eat this for later. Troy, thanks for lunch, man. I appreciate it.
No problem at all.
Y'all
My
go and
pleasure.
check out Mandina's. You don't want to miss it. Jen, I gotta get my to-go box ready to go.
I was going to say, I expect some of that too.